these are my gardenia bushes, and they are overcrowded. Do you see how high these are here and here? But my gardenia bushes are not thriving. In fact, this one has like a really bad dead place right here. But I want to bring them back to life, and not in an ordinary way, in an extraordinary way. But it's going to take me like 5 to 6 years to get them where I would like them. So the first thing that I plan on doing is digging these up and putting them in pots. And my long-term plan is to see if I can turn them into bonsai trees. I think that would be so cool. I've been on this like really big kick watching a lot of bonsai creators, and just, I don't know, finally realizing that it's another creative avenue of you have to create the tree to be in these certain forms and shapes. But the reason it has crowded out like this, one is probably I didn't space it well enough in the first place, but also we built our carport on over here, but it wasn't here originally, and now that carport is blocking a lot of the sun that it would normally have gotten. So the first step in digging these up is that we need to water them thoroughly before we start digging. Repotting something can create shock to the plant, and we want to make sure that we are taking very careful consideration in how we proceed with this. Work on these gardenia bushes I've been putting off because I did water them, but now they need to be trimmed up a little bit. And yeah, here they are. I bought the pots. Okay, so we have our pots here. Are they too small? Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna have to just wait and see, but they're the biggest ones that I could find that were still cheap enough for us to survive from. So let's get to trimming. I think normally nature inspires art, but for me, being an artist and starting to paint flowers has inspired me to start to garden a little bit more. But I really don't have any idea or background knowledge on what to do. And I noticed that these bushes had some white flies, and when I looked them up, it was not good for them at all. And so I was trying to find different ways to get rid of that and then trim some of these, and hopefully not trim too much so that it ends up dying. We had placed some rocks around this area for mulch, and that made it a lot harder to start digging. So we had to go in and try to scrape that off and take our little layer down that we had to keep from weeds growing in there and take that apart. Now, we've had these bushes since probably close to the time that we moved into the house, so probably at least like 7 or 8 years, maybe even longer. So they're quite old, or older, I would say, but they're not doing well. As a counselor by profession, I'm used to helping other people and dealing with their problems and emotions and problem solving, all of those things, and walking with them in this. And so I'm taking that kind of philosophy and turning it into, with these plants, figuring out what is the problem, how to solve it, how to make these plants flourish better by putting them in a different environment.
Every step feels like climbing a hill.
It took all three of us, me, my husband, and my daughter, to pull that thing out. And of course, when we tried to put it in this pot, the pot was not big enough, not anywhere close to it. So I just tried to have my husband lift it up, and then we started pushing the roots into the bottom to hopefully help. Then I did add some soil in empty places until all the places that I could find any holes in were filled. I also had to cut a few of those roots and pieces off of it as well. Will it survive this? I'm really not sure. I don't have high hopes for this thing to actually survive. And then I got it stuck in my hair, and it was hard to get that out. Yeah. None of this was easy, and I was struggling through a lot of it. And then out of nowhere, this storm comes and hits us, and it's just crazy while I'm trying to fill it up. That was a storm out of nowhere, and we got one bush dug up. The other one's dug but not pulled out, so now it's probably going to be too heavy for us to actually pull out. We're going to have to wait for it to dry before we can actually get it out. I hope this doesn't hurt it too badly. I hope I didn't cut off too much. And I know these pots are not ideal. They probably needed to be a little bit bigger, but it's what we had. I mean, if they don't survive, they needed to get out of there anyway. So whatever happens, happens. Well, how can I get this tree up? So while I'm out here, let's check on the vines that we repotted a couple of weeks ago. This is the big one that, you know, I knew was probably not going to do well. So it's dying, but it's not completely dead. So maybe we'll be able to revive it. We have this one that looks like it might be dying a little bit. We have this one that's not staying covered all the way, but this one is actually looking pretty good. Okay, well, it's a couple of leaves are falling off, but it's holding its water. And then we also have this one that's looking pretty decent. Let's see. You know, I mean, it's not great, but it's not dead. And we have our gardenia bushes out. So here they are. Let's see if the whiteflies are back. Just a little bit. Oh. I see some in my face. But I think I'm gonna move them, and maybe that'll help the situation. But this is where they were, and that's what it's looking like now. Should we do something with this spot? I'm not sure. Okay, I've moved them to the back door, and this one looks so much scrawnier than that one. But I was hoping that this would be a better place for them to grow for now. As I obviously don't know what I'm doing, but learning how to figure out how to be a little gardener. My husband does a little bit better at it. Look at these beautiful flowers right here. Look at those. And these. And these are falling a little bit, but... And our butterfly bushes are doing pretty good too. So thanks for watching. If you made it all the way through this, I don't think that this is something that you're going to learn from, but maybe something you can laugh about, I'm sure. And I will catch you in the next video.